Every wallet holds yields scattered across a dozen protocols like Scallop, Navi, and Kai, and the rates move every block all day, all night across protocols, chains, and dashboards. So you park it in mid-tier protocols and leave yield on the table because you can't watch a chart every minute of the day. And what if an agent watched it for you, moving real funds to the best venue every 30 seconds while you sleep? Bounded by an on-chain move policy, it can't break, and graded on-chain by a second agent. So we built Talos. Talos is an on-chain set of two autonomous agents, Icarus and Daedalus, live on Sui mainnet, rebalancing real USDC under a move policy it can't break. Now, there are two agents in the swarm. The first is the executor, which is also called Icarus. It reads live USDC lending APYs across Scallop, Navi, and Kai, plus the Sui momentum. An LLM picks the best venue along paired with the formula, and this happens every 30 seconds. It moves real USDC on-chain. And now the critic agent, which is also called a Daedalus, which independently rejudges every move Icarus makes and scores it 0 to 100 with a reason on why it did that. And it stores it to Walrus blobs, which is a tamper-proof on-chain reputation ledger. Now this loop cycle happens every 30 seconds. Icarus reads live APYs across Scallop, Navi, and Kai along with the Sui momentum every single cycle, and it uses the GPT OS's 120 billion parameter model to pick the highest yield venue, also paired with the formula. It has an anti-churn threshold, and it blocks pointless moves, and this entire process is gated by an on-chain move policy, which is a shared object that the agent can't bypass. It checks the budget, allow list, and expiry inside the same PTB as a trade. So if anything unauthorized happens, the whole rebalance reverts. One singular atomic PTB carries the policy check and the whole rebalance together and moves the real USDC into the venue which has the highest APY at that particular time. Now every decision and its reasoning is written to Walrus, and it is content address, and it is public. And now coming to the judge, Daedalus independently scores the move written to a tamper-proof on-chain reputation ledger only the critic can sign, and hence the loop repeats every 30 seconds. And this has been happening on mainnet for the last 5 days, over 9,000 cycles. Let's jump into the demo. On the dashboard, we get a nice 3D voxel scene that visualizes the agent's real-time actions. For example, over here, this agent is logging its current cycle to Walrus. Both the agents are powered by a 120 billion parameter GPT model, and the agents have run over 9,900 cycles over the course of the hackathon. From the logs, we can see that on the mainnet, the agent has done a rebalance just a few minutes ago, and you can see the spending cap that was approved and the agent's portfolio on whatever tokens that it is holding, and all of this is all deployed to mainnet. Here you can see the budget chart on how much the agent is actually authorized to spend as per the move's object policy. So the thought section contains all the decisions that the critic agent takes and is recorded on-chain as well as in the Walrus blobs. So you can see it's stored as a string on-chain, and over here you can see the actual verdict, which is in scope rebalance to Navi. So the agent chose to rebalance to Navi, and its thoughts are essentially updated in this live feed. So you can go ahead have a very transparent audit on whatever the agent has done. Here you can see the agent's current APY percentage and where the money is being invested, and you have a long list of all the rebalances that are done by the agent from which protocol to which protocol. And let's just switch tabs over here, and we can see all these transactions which are essentially rebalances done. And on the on-chain tab, you get a live feed of all the on-chain activities like transaction to move funds between markets, and even the critic's decision is stored on-chain, which is this particular Walrus blob, which gives the the rating for that particular rebalance. It's all categorized based on what type of decisions those are, be it actual transactions of moving money or decision on-chain decisions. And here you have the on-chain agent policy, and this is the agent policy, which is kind of like an on-chain leash. It is a move object that defines exactly what the autonomous agent is allowed to do with real money and enforces it on-chain, so it really can't physically step outside it. And on the decision tab, you can see the judgment of the critic agent on every single transaction that is done by the Icarus agent. And what if the agents ran 24/7 on real infra optimizing your yield? Yeah, so the agents are live on Azure right now. A PM2 Swarm on an Azure VM has the two agents always on. Two move contracts on the Sui mainnet and the agent policy along with the reputation layer, and a 30-second tick cycle which runs even when you sleep. Dashboard shows every single decision, rating, and transaction. Over the course of the hackathon, 5,300 decision cycles took place by the agents on live mainnet, and 347 rebalances, which are transactions, also took place on the mainnet, and 300 critic ratings also took place. So it comes to around 600 total on-chain transactions in a 5-day window. This is Talos, always on and always optimizing your yield.